Hello everyone, this is Romario with another Premodern video. Before we get started, I would like to ask you kindly to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. And if you feel like it, you should leave a comment. I love reading the feedback and if you like the deck or card choices, points that I made throughout the league. As a quick disclaimer, this intro was recorded after I finished the league. I had an issue in round 4 with my recording software. Actually, I was also recording a legacy league like in the same day, and I also had an issue. So I think I got it all worked out. So going forward, I shouldn't have the same issue. But yeah, in round 4, there is no sound. So I recommend you just play some music or some lo-fi or just imagine my voice commenting the game. It wasn't a whole lot happening in game 1, but game 2 was a little more intricate. So overall, I think the league was okay. Not a great record at the end, spoiler alert, but I decided to play an old favorite. This is Mono Black Control. That's kind of like my take on the deck. That me and a friend were working on this deck a couple of years ago. I had some good results. I think it was about 2 years ago when I first picked up this deck. Maybe it was a year ago, and it was an interesting 75 that me and my buddy came up with. I made some changes over time, and I was working on a couple of brews for the Premodern League. They didn't feel like they were ready, so I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna play one of my favorite decks to play in Premodern, and Mono Black Control. I was a big fan of Necro decks when I was a kid. I played a lot of Necro when Necro was in 5th edition. Didn't play as much as when it was in Ice Age because I was very young, but in 5th edition I definitely played a lot of Necro, and then played a little bit in Extended. Necro, of course, is not legal in Premodern, so we get Necro at home. We have Phyrexian Arena, and we also have like another copy of Skeletal Scrying. So the deck is, again, it's a Mono Black Control deck. It's trying to kill creatures, discard your opponent's hand, and try to gain life by using cards like Corrupt and Drain Life. In this list, I had a split of 3 and 3 of 3 Drain Lives and 3 Corrupts. So the removals are kind of like what you expect for this kind of decks. Some Edict effects. Magic Online is doing this right now, but so Innocent Blood, Diabolic Edict, and there's also like another copy of Smother. And then we have the kind of like the sweepers you see being played in Mono Black. We got 2 Mutilates. I also have like a copy of Decree of Pain, which I really like. It's not too hard for you to get to 8 mana with this deck if the game goes long. So it's a pretty good target for Diabolic Tutor. I'm sorry, not Diabolic Tutor. So drawing some cards is also always good. And even if you just cycle, it's an instant speed removal, but a sweeper. We also have the discard suit here that we get Cabal Therapies and Duress. Originally, I had 1 Cabal Therapy. Actually, I think I had 0 Cabal Therapies in the main deck. I ended up adding the 2 Cabal Therapies since I am playing 2 Nether Spirits. It just made sense, in my opinion. Also, we do have Zombie Infestation, so you usually have a creature to flashback. But even if you don't, just getting the extra information from Duress and then later Cabal Therapy, like a card that you can deal with, I think it made sense. Honestly, if anything, I think the deck needs more Cabal Therapies in the main deck. Maybe Unmask is in the main deck. Not sure. I might have to work on this deck a little bit. We do have the Contamination. Again, the deck's playing Diabolic Tutor. So if you happen to draw your Nether Spirit or the Contamination, you can always just try to find the second half of the combo. And the way it works, I think most of the people that play Premodern know how this works by now. I think there's a deck that's actually kind of all built around this combo, but it's so in Contamination is like sort of like a Blood Moon for swamps. So if a land is tapped for mana, it produces black mana instead of any other type and amount, which, by the way, in this list, if you pick this up and you're only playing paper, Cabal Coffers, you can pay 2 mana. It's not going to make black for each swamp that you control. It's only going to make 1 black. So it doesn't really work with this card in play. But ideally, if you get the Contamination plus Nether Spirit in play, your opponent's not really casting anything, so that becomes irrelevant. But just something to keep in mind. If you tap 2 mana, pay 2 for Cabal Coffers. If Contamination is in play, Cabal Coffers only make 1 black mana, so you're paying 2 to get 1, which is not the ideal for in retail or in magic. But as a combo, you get Contamination and then Nether Spirit, and that's the creature you're gonna sack every turn. Let me see what else am I missing here. So yeah, Phyrexian Arena, Skeletal Scrying, those are the cards that help you get ahead, basically. The deck, a lot of the cards have to line up with what's going on in the matchup. And sometimes that doesn't. So you got Phyrexian Arena and Skeletal Scrying as a way to draw more cards, and then you might just draw the answers you need, or if you don't, you might draw Diabolic Tutors that can find the cards that you're looking for. And then I have a couple of cards for the more control-y matchups. We got Mind Sludge, very good card against pretty much any blue deck. It says target player discards a card for each swamp you control. So you're casting this usually on turn 5. You have 5 swamps in play. You're trying to discard your whole hand, right? Haunting Echoes, the card is just really good. If you discarded a couple of cards, you traded some resources, by the time you cast it, some decks might just have to scoop, when you cast this card. Very, very good, very strong card, especially against slower decks. And then you have Drain Life and Corrupt. Of course, they gain life and they make up for the life you lose with Phyrexian Arena and Skeletal Scrying. Drain Life and Corrupt are also removal spells in certain spots. Especially if you play against more aggressive decks, Drain Life can be very, very good against that. Just 2 things to keep in mind. Drain Life has got an old template, so you can only gain life equals to the creature's toughness or the player's life total. Obviously, the player doesn't matter, because if you just put more black mana into it, then they have life total, you're just gonna win the game. But also says Planeswalkers, but we don't have to worry about that because we're playing a format that doesn't play that. But a creature, for instance, if it's a 1/1 creature, it doesn't matter if you pay 5 black mana into the X portion of the casting cost, and you're only going to gain 1 life. Corrupt, on the other hand, though, was printed a little bit after that, so you actually gain life equals to the amount of damage you dealt. So if you have 6 swamps, let's say you just cast it on curve, it doesn't matter if it's a Birds of Paradise, you're going to gain 6 life, and you're going to deal 6 damage to the Birds of Paradise. Again, just something to keep in mind if you're playing a Magic Online. Obviously the game will take care of that, but if you're playing paper, just something for you to make sure that you play the cards correctly. Just older cards, newer cards have different templates. And then Nevis Disc is just, I don't know, maybe the card is just too slow, but it's an old favorite of mine, like in Necro and mono black control type of decks, and it's a good sweeper. The fact it comes to play tapped, it does make it a little slow, and sometimes that drawback is very visible. So that card is probably going to be on the chopping block for this deck, next time I try to work on it. But it's a good catch-all. Pretty much deals with all the problems that you have, all the problematic creatures there beating you down. Again, Premodern is a format that enchantments are very good. Black doesn't really have a way to deal with enchantments after they're resolved. Nevis Disc takes care of that, but on the same hand, there's a lot of cards that destroy enchantments and artifacts and then floating around in main decks. So the chance of you casting a Nevis Disc and untapping with it, it's kind of complicated, right? Sometimes things just have to line up, and but it is a very good card. And Withered Wretch is just just a card that deals with the graveyard. Again, I think I mentioned before in my videos, a lot of Premodern decks interact with the graveyard, even if you don't know at first is not visible, but even a deck that's playing Call of the Herd, it might be a deck that just plays creatures, but they have Call of the Herd. A deck, of course, with Terravor, their Terravors need lands in the graveyards. You name it, replenish. Blue decks right now, they're playing Flash of Insight. That's another one that somehow interacts with the graveyard. So with the Wretch, rarely a dead card or a card that doesn't do enough. Very versatile card. In the sideboard, this one is probably the part that most needed to be updated, but I felt like it was still pretty good. Blackmail is just another form of discard. That was kind of the best one I could think outside of Cabal Therapy and Duress. Innocent Blood is just another edict effect that you can cast on turn 1. Very good against decks like Goblins, when you have to deal with Lackey on turn 1. Engineer Plague, that's kind of pretty much any tribal deck, you just bring it in. Perish is just very good against decks that are playing cards like Terravor, Elves, and etc. Dystopia, sort of the same way too. It is good against decks like Enchantress too, because all the enchantments are green and white, or at least the ones that matter. In fact, just another way to deal with small creatures. Unmask. I like to bring Unmask against combo and against blue decks that I need to resolve Phyrexian Arena on turn 2, or I'm sorry, on turn 3. It's just because sometimes I notice that Duress on turn 2 and you see 2 counter magic in their hand. Then you untap Phyrexian Arena, you can't get it to resolve, or you see a counter magic and a disenchant effect. So now you have a way to, cast a discard spell for free. And surprise, surprise, no, free spells are good. This I was actually mentioning earlier. I think maybe I should up the number of Unmasks in this deck. I don't know if 2 more in the main deck and keep the 2 in the sideboard, but I think Unmask is very, very strong in this list. Tormod's Crypt is just a very good way to nuke your opponent's graveyard. Goes back to the same point I was trying to make with the Withered Wretch. Tsabo's Web is just very good against man lands, really. Roshannon Porce and things like that. It does have a little bit of a nombo with Volrath Stronghold and Thawing Glaciers, but I think this card is just really good. It's just like a hammer against a lot of those decks that are playing Treetop Villages and Mishra's Factory. Jester's Cap is just like another card that is good against combo. And it's just, it's really just against combo, this one. You might bring against some other decks like Elves if you want, but it feels like really slow to take out cards like, Anger and Squee, but I don't think it's going to work. It's really just against cards, decks they're playing, Deranged Hermit, or not Deranged Hermit, the Hermit that, mills your deck, like decks like Fab, that sort of thing. And there's another copy of Nevis Disc. Again, this sideboard might need some update. I think it's still a strong card, but maybe 3 is just too much, especially being a card that it comes to play tapped. I think Premodern has gotten too fast for this many Nevis Disc, but that's the only solution that could come up for, enchantments and decks that play lots of enchantments and artifacts and stuff, right? Again, I apologize, but in round 4, I had an issue with the audio. So when you get to round 4, there will be no audio. I just suggest just play some music or lo-fi or whatever you like to listen, and or just imagine my voice commenting on the match. I tried to do a voiceover. It did not sound very good, so I just left it muted, and I didn't want to waste all the footage. I love playing this deck, and I wanted to keep a record of mono black. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the league. All right, so let's get started. Round 1. My opponent's already waiting for me in the lobby. Let's see how this bootleg Necro deck works out. On this hand, if I knew what my opponent was playing, and if it was playing like a creature deck, maybe I'll just kind of YOLO here. Again, I'm not sure what they're playing, so I'm gonna mulligan. This is a little better. All right, I think I should draw at least 1 more land, right? Because I really just, with this hand, I'm looking to hit 4 mana, right? Okay. This is okay. Let's just Duress them first. Oh. So one thing about, like I mentioned in the deck portion of the video, is that my deck is very soft to this card specifically. So games 2 and 3 are going to be very, very hard if I win this game. It's really, really hard for me to win through an Armageddon, but alright, so since I drew Phyrexian Arena, I think I'm just gonna play a land then, because a swamp, not a Thawing Glaciers. Thawing Glaciers, it really shines when you play against slower decks, but if you're playing against anything that's faster, a little harder to make it work. Alright, so let's see. They have a Whisper piece, so they could play a Terra Vorg this turn. Ticket, okay, and Specific Keeper. Okay, so I don't know most of their hand, actually. And I apologize, I think I should have silenced my phone. Something I keep forgetting to do. Alright, so it's a tiny 4. It's a 1/1. I'm a 17. The Mind Sludge. No, very good here. Alright, let's play Phyrexian Arena. I do need to draw a land next turn, or I'm gonna be in trouble. Okay. Sylvan Library. 2 for 3. Even like a Edict effect would be okay, I think. That's worst case scenario here now for me. Well, yeah, let me see. Regretting putting this one back in the mulligan. I was also making some quick math here, because if I Mutilate and they sack 3 lands, well, now, yeah, it's gonna be really hard to kill Terra Vor. So I have to Mutilate to kill those two. Okay, still all right. If I draw a land next turn, I'm still okay, I think. Because I'm going to go to 9 now. This Terravore just killing me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, okay, so here's a sequencing of plays that... shoot, I should have just... Also focus on the Terravore thing that I... Am I just dead? Should have used a Swamp to activate the Thawing Glaciers. Yeah, because they can sack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be a 5, 5. Yeah, no, I think I just died. All right. Yeah, I think... yeah, missing the land drop. Really bad for me there. All right, so Tsabo's Web, very good here. Kind of want Jester's Cap too. Dystopia, Perish. Pretty sure I want Innocent Blood too. Probably Blackmail. And I think Nev's Disc is too slow. And I think Mutilate, Decree of Pain, all of these are like worse versions of Perish and Dystopia and Mind Sludge might be a little... They're a deck that plays Mox Diamond, I think, so not great too. Haunting Axe is okay, I think. Mind Sludge can go. Maybe I can trim one of the Drain Lives. No, actually Corrupt. I'll keep the Drain Life. Does Infest good? Maybe. Yeah, it's the Armageddons are really the problem, right? Because I'm playing a deck that wants to put lands in play, and they're trying to remove my lands. All right, so we have a good number of removal spells. Is it Disenchant? Okay. So Disenchant is gone. Windswept Heath is gone. Okay. Just double check if they're playing the same art. You might get some extra information with that. Alright, so we're gonna Innocent Blood this. And then good is gone. No, the problem, they are gonna cast Sylvan Library here. Wasteland. I can't just play Cabal Coffers. It doesn't. Unfortunately, Cabal Coffers doesn't make colorless mana, so. And I'm assuming here they're just looking for probably just a creature. Windswept Heath. Sub's Wife will be a good draw. Right, so they're playing 2 creatures. Makes sense. All right, we'll put this nice Nether Spirit in front of it. So we're parity a number of lands. They can't activate Weather Wayfarer for now. And that's why I need to draw Infest. What do I want to do here? I mean, obviously the Wasteland's it's probably gonna Wasteland whichever non-basic I play. I'll just play Thawing Glaciers. If they want to Wasteland that, then it's kind of okay. They can obviously Wasteland me, and then in response, Weather Wayfarer, grab another Wasteland. So it is what it is. I guess the reason not to just play the land was 1, to hide information, and 2, kind of give them an extra shuffle. So like maybe if they didn't like the top cards in their deck, then I'll like, no, they basically get to look at not 3 new cards. Right, so that's a Reshadowed Port that they found with Wayfarer. Easy. Just need to find a Perish off the top and should be okay. Not gonna complain about this one. Let's see what they're hiding there. Just another Terravore. So they have a Wasteland. So I should hold on to this Cabal Coffers. All right, get attack. That's a big Terravore. All right, so by sacking a land, no, that doesn't really. No, it just makes Terravore bigger. Okay. I mean, I guess I can sack the Reshadowed Port and then go find another forest and eventually cast a second Terravore. Yeah, definitely I need to find like some kind of, I guess, Dystopia or Infest, maybe. So I'm going to block here. Saves a little bit more damage. Terravore has Trample, right? So I'm going to get a Spirit back. Yeah, these are not the cards I want to draw. I guess I'm going to Innocent Blood. I don't know if there's anything I can do. Yeah, no, that's going to be game. Yeah, I can try to kill it. I'm going to save it. And yeah. All right. Yeah, deck's really soft to Armageddon. Didn't get Armageddon here, but I can never get rid of the creatures. So hopefully round 2 will be a little better. See you guys in the next round. All right, so we're here for round 2. Can catch up in this league on my opponent. Just make sure I got the right opponent here. Okay. Looks like I'm on the play, or I can choose to be on the play. And opponent just said it was the first league game. It's cool. We still see people like joining the league. Well, they're gonna play against a deck that's not really a meta deck. So I think, yeah, this ends a keep. I think we got something to disrupt their hand. Okay, you know what? That's kind of funny because not surprising that they're playing their first league match and then they are playing Burn. So I think I'm just gonna take Lightning Bolt and they are gonna play their Mog Fanatic. I'm just hoping that I can deal with Curse of Scroll like with Nevis Disc. They played Blitzing Mire. Oh, no, Curse of Scroll first. Okay, that's interesting. I thought it was gonna be Mog Fanatic first. So Lightning Bolt's gone too. All right. So I'm hoping that Smother can hit something like Ball Lightning. Do they fetch first? Do they play a second one? Oh, okay. I guess, do I just kill both of them? Feels like so not mana efficient, but yeah. I'm gonna ping me for 1. I'm gonna cast Innocent Blood. I'm gonna ping it again. Alright, well, this is turn 3 and I'm still at 18 life, so that's, I feel like that's a good exchange so far. Now, okay, Price of Progress doesn't really do much against my deck. Okay, so that's their hand, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna take Incinerate. So they are gonna have an active Curse Scroll starting next turn if they want, I think, right? Well, actually, I'm sorry, they're gonna draw another card, so I really want to draw. I just need to draw land, make land drops. I don't even want to Cabal Therapy them. No, it's fine. I'm just gonna pass. If I Cabal Therapy them, I'm gonna take the 1 card I know, and then they can just Curse a Scroll for free, basically. Well, not free, but like they don't have to guess. Okay, so they just guess it. Price of Progress. I do have a few non-basics in the deck, but chances of this thing working are not very high. I hope the card in their hand is like really easy for them to type, just like Mountain. Fire Blast. Okay, well, I guess I know what I'm gonna name Cabal Therapy. All right, so I'm just gonna name. One has to make a decision now. Maybe they want to Fire Blast me. They do put me at 12 if they do that. So, all right, they decide not to do it. So there's a Fire Blast and a Grim Lavamancer. Okay. So if they play Lavamancer, I'm just gonna go ahead and play Nevis Disc. So they just kind of do this. Okay. So if they draw a Mountain, play Lavamancer, they could represent 4 points of damage next turn, just like before activating Nevis Disc. The Creative Pain is kind of interesting. Excuse me. Yeah, I still just need to draw swamps, basically. I think Drain Life starts. If I start getting Drain Lives and Corrupts, then it should be kind of hard for them to catch up. But like right now, Drain Life is only for 2, so it's not great. Okay, so here it's a much better scenario for me because now I get to Nevis Disc away the Green Lavamancer and Cursed, I was about to say Cursed Totem, Cursed Scroll, but they're not gonna do it, of course. So it's a Corrupt. Again, just need to draw swamps. I'm gonna go down to 12 here. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill this. It's really interesting how Disc is worded, right? Because it says destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. So you tap and you do it. So it doesn't say that you have to sacrifice it, but the card just destroys all the artifacts, enchantments, and creatures. So it's like, oh, they're gonna Fire Blast me too. Okay. So I'm gonna go to 8 life. Okay. And a Green Lavamancer. Alright. If I draw a land, I think I'm just gonna cycle Decree of Pain to kill Lavamancer. Oh, please, can I draw a land? Alright, so I am going to do this. This basically gains me 3 life, I guess. Again, just hoping to draw some swamps here. So they're not gonna attack, of course. Oh, draw a swamp. Alright, now it's another one, and then I can corrupt for 6, which will put me up to 15 life. Okay, I'm gonna do this right now. It would have been so much better if I was the last turn, the turn before, but not drawing swamps in a mono black deck. Mind Sludge, not what I want to see against mono red, really. Lava Dart, okay. Jackal, that's a problem too. Well, not anymore. And I'm going to eat this thing. I mean, they can sack a mountain and then do that, but... And I think Corrupt, it's not worded the way Drain Life is worded. It's equal to the damage dealt this way. Okay, so I can actually deal more than the toughness of creature. So in this case, it'd just be better to just Corrupt Jackal Pup and instead of my opponents. I still need to draw a swamp for that. If they attack, I'm gonna snap block here. Yep, I'm gonna block it. I guess, I don't know if it matters. They might have, I mean, they already played 2. Is this the time to do this? I guess so. So I'm gonna go to 12. Well, I'm gonna go to 9. Actually, let me see what they got going on. Incinerate. Okay. So if I get another Corrupt, yeah, I'm just gonna get another Corrupt. It would be nice to draw the Nether Spirit, I think, because I think that would be enough to just close out the game. But all right, so they don't have any cards that can kill me. Oh no, they do have Ball Lightning that can kill me the one swing. All right, because of that, I think I'm just gonna play around with that. Okay, that was not lethal, but it's pretty close, I guess. So what do I want against them? I guess Innocent Blood is good. Blackmail, probably good too. I think Phyrexian Arena should not be my deck after. Yeah, probably not a good idea. I mean, maybe Mind Sludge and Haunting Echoes, maybe. I think I can keep Haunting Echoes there. I was thinking like either Engineer Plague or Infest. I think I'm gonna put Infest. Okay, I'm gonna keep one Phyrexian Arena. The Contamination Nether Spirit combo doesn't seem great. Maybe I feel like Arena is fine if I draw when the game is stabilized. I just don't want to play super early. Like Engineer Plague, I can name. They have too many creature types, right? Because they have Mogs and I don't know what the creature type for Jackal Pup. Is that maybe dog or something? I don't know. And then they also have humans with. Oof. This is terrible. Grim Lavamancer. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one, I guess. Maybe those two. I don't know. Doesn't look very good here for me. Maybe I do want a Phyrexian Arena. Phyrexian Arena, like if I kill creature turn 1, 2, and 3. I mean, sorry, 1 and 2, then play Arena. It's not that scary. All right, let's see what's going on with their hand. Okay, we have a lot of creatures. Which is not good for me. I guess I'm gonna take Sulfuric Vortex. Is the only thing I can take. Okay, well, Vortex is gone. Barbarian Ring. They're gonna play Mod Fanatic. Okay, so I guess Cabal Therapy is just gonna take a creature from their hand. Yeah, I feel like their creatures are just gonna kill me. Okay, so let's do this first. All right, I'm gonna name Grim Lavamancer, I guess. Draw another Mog, or what do I say? Mog, another Mog Fanatic. I think you can discard lands. Yeah, you can. That's yeah. Oh, Fire Blast. That's all right. So not looking good here, to be honest. Even though I'm at 18, but I think I just have to hope to draw. I can just draw swamps. Yep, need to draw some swamps. Okay, now they have an active Cursed Scroll too. All right, I'll take an extra draw step, but I think just let me see what they're gonna reveal. I'm not someone that I usually like to be kind of part of the Redux school of thought of like, no, make your opponent kill you, because people like make strange plays sometimes and you can always top deck what you need. But in this case, I think I'm just dead on board, right? Because it's 3, 5, 6, 7, 11. Yeah, it's 11 damage. Okay, because after they sack the mountains, they should have threshold, right? So, but let's see. Oh, actually, yeah, they can just tap the mountains, sack it, and then, but they can't, hold on a second, they can't activate the thing, and they can just have like another burn spell in hand, like a bolt will do it. It's an idea. And then they have Fire Blast. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to game 3. Yep. That's what the deck's trying to do, right? I'm just trying to cast Phyrexian Arena and draw cards. Okay. I know I've said this in other games, but I think I need to keep this one and just hope that I draw at least one swamp. I think if I can get Infest to sweep the board. And so it's all creatures. Okay. All right. And there's a ball lightning there too. So gotta keep that in mind. That's Withered Foothills. That's a good draw. Okay, so the way it works out for me here is if they... Oh, sorry. I just realized they have 2 ball lightnings in their hand. I guess it works out for me if they play Jackal Pup and Grim Lavamancer. They might do it. They might not do it. I mean, I have a lot of Edict effects, so yeah, I think it makes sense to play both of them out. But I do need to draw land here that produces mana, and that's not one of them. All right, so I think this might just... Unfortunately, Cabal Coffers, very good land, but doesn't work very well here. I'm gonna take 9, I go to 11. Cabal Therapy might be okay, just so I don't take the damage from the other ball lightning. But I mean, I guess that's kind of like that. Yeah, that's most damage there. So Incinerate plus this, that's 6. So I'm a virtual 5 life. Yes, 2. I don't think it matters if I do this now or later, right? No. If I draw a swamp, Cabal Coffers will make 3 mana, so it's 4. Yeah, doesn't really matter, I think. 7. Oh, they kept the Jackal Pup instead of the other thing. Alright. Once I GG. Yeah, I don't know. I think the mulligan decision, I think it was fine. I'm playing a lot of lands in this deck, and I think keeping the Phyrexian Arena also makes sense, because that's what the deck's trying to do, right? Draw extra cards and play more swamps. So, alright. And let's double check here. I think I'm playing, as I am playing 25 lands. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess like I'm just trying to validate my own decision, but I think the chance of drawing the 3rd land was good. Or 4th land, I guess. Or 3rd land that makes mana. Alright, I will see you guys for round 3. Alright, so we're here for round 3 of the Premodern League. My opponent made a set up the match. Alright, so let's see if we can turn this league around. Whoa, now we're like this hand. So let's, you want a mulligan? Yeah, I'll get 2. Okay, I think this hand is a lot better. Alright, so, I mean, they all kind of like the same thing here. Blessing Mire, or just bolt me, or Incinerate. I don't think it really matters. I guess I'm a little more mana efficient. Is it? Yeah, they're gonna bolt. Yeah, I really don't think it matters here, right? Unless they think I'm playing creatures. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the bolt. They have... I hate how Magic Online does this, but I think it's like up to right here. Okay, bolt's gone too. I definitely clicked more cards than I meant to. Well, that was their drop probably. All right, so I'm gonna get smacked with a ball lightning to the face. I'm gonna take 9 damage between now in their turn. Yeah, gonna incinerate. Yep, and then untap and attack with ball lightning. I need a contagion here. Maybe I should be playing more free spells. That's what I should do. So I'm gonna take one and just Create Pain doesn't really do a whole lot here. I've been having problems just like putting swamps in play with this deck, and it's kind of annoying. Well, I can't discard anything now because I need to. So let's Innocent Blood first. And we're going to double down this with a Foothills. Okay, so if I draw, not that, Cabal Coffers would be the good one here. Okay, any burn spells probably kills me here. Let's hope they, yeah. Okay, so they got me. Oh, there's a swamp there. Okay, so I think Innocent Blood, Blackmail, I guess. I think Mind Sludge and Echoing, maybe just more discard spells. Not this maybe. The Crypt Pain, as much as I like it, I don't think it's very good here. Oh, Infest. Oh no. Let's see what I'm gonna cut for Infest. Maybe Mutilate. It's kind of the same thing, but it costs less. Alright, so I'm gonna be on the play in this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this. And I guess I can play Thawing Glaciers, because if they don't play a creature on turn 1, then I can do this. If they do, then I can just Innocent Blood. That's a Jackal Pup. It's a puppy. So Innocent Blood. Again, this matchup, like, no, Slice. It's pretty tough. Like, I had some lists that played things like Bottle Gnomes in the sideboard, but not this one. Double Green Lavamancer. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll do this. And I'm just gonna do this right now. I like the F6 value. That's why I needed one of my sweepers. Especially, what's it, a ball lightning? Okay, so for Vortex, okay, can gain life with that. All right, I think the play here then is to just cast my Nether Spirit. Then I mean, Corrupt still deal damage, so it might come down to this, to that. Like, if they take enough damage off this for Vortex, then I Corrupt for like 7 or 8. Seal of Fire. Okay, they can't really attack now. I'm just gonna do this right now, I think. Don't want to draw more swamps. 2 cards in hand. And I can try to kill this one. Yeah, just gonna Diabolic Edict that. I mean, they definitely have the upper hand here, right? Because right now they have 2 damage just on this, like, on the board. And I can't gain life, so drain life wouldn't be good anyways. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a quick 0-2. But the only downside of this league is, like, I played twice against the same deck, and I really wanted to show like some match diversity, I guess. I guess my opponent beat me so bad. Oh, okay. So I got disconnected, but yeah, my opponent had lethal on the stack. So we'll see you guys here for round 4. All right, so back here for round 5. Let me fix this. Look, you 2. Yeah, okay. Guess I'll keep this one. Interesting. Guess I'm gonna take. I can take Duress, I guess. Yeah, I will take Duress. They're not casting the other stuff anytime soon. Right, I play Swamp. The way this league is going, they're probably top decking out Duress. The opponent's just thinking what they're gonna do. Okay, that makes sense. Those layers gone. Let's Duress them. So I kind of just want to take Rancor and Withered Wretch, and we can say go. Okay, so then learn our ways. Okay, Rancor number 2. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna draw 2 cards end of their turn, and I can drain life this guy for 2. I'm gonna go to 12. All right, I'll leave the Cabal Therapy in the graveyard, I guess. Okay, they're gonna get called to hurt. All right, I know they get Rancor back, but I think that's what I gotta do here. I'm at 12 life. Okay, they're gonna equip the thing. 2 of them. All right, I'm thinking 7. All right, so I guess it's Diabolic Tutor 4. Actually, no, they can. Okay, all right. I think I need to get Nether Spirit and then name Rancor. I can get the Withered Wretch. This is so hard. So if I get Withered Wretch, I can just remove this thing. If I get Phyrexian Nether Spirit, I can get the Rancors out of their hand. And then I don't care so much about the other thing. The Phyrexian Arena, I can draw, let's say, yeah, I think I'm just going to get Nether Spirit and just name Rancor. Oh my gosh, it was 3 of them. Okay, so that was definitely the right. All right, so they can just play their Elephant back. But now we have a permanent blocker. Okay, I'm just going to hold on to this Mutilate, I guess, until they play another creature. They could have like a Withered Wretch, right? And then try to exile. No. They're just attacking. Okay. All right. I'm going to play Swamps and we're going to pass. They don't have anything there that I think I need to remove, right? I mean, I'll remove the whole graveyard just in case for some reason. They might have a card like Skeletal Scrying in their deck. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to double block if they attack. But that might be my opponent's concern. Oh man, you have to click on each Blackmail every time you do this. I guess it's better to do it this way than if Magic Online just automatically did this, then if you have different colors or if you wanted to pay in a different way. Oh, I did the last one. Okay, well, all right. So let's just pass, I guess. And if I draw a Drain Life, well, hold on a second. I guess I need a Corrupt at this point. Swamp. Well, you can Duress that. A good card to Duress too. Again, I don't think they have anything with Threshold, but that's an interesting one, but not at this moment. So I could just draw 3 cards if I do that. What it is? I guess I'll do that. Not very interesting. Dark Ritual. Okay. Now this is embarrassing, but I need to see how many Drain Lives I'm playing this list. I'm playing 3. Okay, so there's another copy in the deck. Is Cabal Therapy me? Okay. Diabolic Tutor. We just drawing lands. Hilarious. Thanks, Withered Wretch. I don't know. Let me double check this one. But I believe Haunting Echoes. Okay. That's what I thought. So I'll exile all of them. Okay, so it doesn't work the way I thought it would work, actually. I thought I could just exile the ones I wanted. But Haunting Echoes, anytime there's like a hidden information in the game, you can choose not to do it. So I thought there was a way for me not to exile my whole graveyard. I guess, Mutilate. Okay, that was a good call. I'll just flash back this thing. All right. So I need to draw what? Another Corrupt? Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this, I guess. Get to take a look at their deck. Okay. All right, there's a Nevis Disc. I'm gonna take 6 damage. I will probably just kill their creatures now. Like in case I draw a Phyrexian Arena, I would like my life total to be kind of high. So I have so much mana. I think I'm gonna take a draw step first. Okay. Cool. All right. So I think I want less discard spells and more things that kill their creatures. I guess Engineer Plague is okay. Nevis Disc is probably okay too. Infest is fine. Perish is okay against the elephants. Like Dystopia, I'm not sure about that one. Maybe I want Cabal Therapies. Like Dystopia is alright, right? It kills elephants. I think we're okay like this. This is kind of cool now. I just realized if you go on Google and you search any kind of like rules question, they have like an AI thing that answers, which is kind of cool in my opinion. I guess I'll keep this one. I feel like every time I was like, oh, I just need to draw 1 swamp. Every time in this league, it did not work out. So maybe I should just learn my lesson. But it's like it's so close because I could get punished by like, no, just double Cabal Therapy. If they name Mutilate and then flashback Nevis Disc and then I kind of screwed. But if it's just Duress, I guess it's fine. And I think I am just going to Cabal Therapy and name like Rancor. Because like Rancor is the one card that makes all their creatures very dangerous. Unless I have an answer like right away. Arena, okay, that's a very strong choice. I'm just gonna, I mean, it could have a Cabal Therapy too, but okay, so just some little creatures, cool. All right, so play lands, this thing, and then Carnophage. Okay, it's the wrong one. I need Infest. I guess Engineer Plague would be okay. I can just name Zombie, I guess, and then don't take as much damage. I don't know if they're playing Wastelands, but I don't want to give them extra information. Maybe I should just play Swamp anyways, because then I have Cabal Coffers too. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Mutilate. I'm gonna go to 10. They could flashback, I guess. They are going to flashback. It's gonna have his disc. Okay, so they get 2 cards in hand. I don't know what they are. Okay, I guess this helps a little bit, I guess. Yep, some elephants. All right, so I think I'm gonna cast Perish next turn. Then if you're gonna attack. Okay. Oh, they do have a land to flash it back to. All right. No, not this one. Not this one. I'm gonna perish. Oh, hold on a second. I just made a terrible mistake. All right, somebody tell me to stop playing today. Okay, deck, just give me another Mutilate and we'll be fine. Gonna make 3 mana. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do this. Oh no, X currently 3. There you go. This could have been a little easier for me. All right, so they have another zombie. Wretched. Okay. Yeah, Engineer Plague looking better and better here if I draw one. So I need 5 to do 3 damage to this guy. This is interesting because they swing for 4 and then I do 2. So that one turn I could have like Diabolic Edict and killed the elephant. I wonder if it's going to matter because I would have been like up 2 damage. Or I'm sorry, 2 life. But because the way I tapped the coffers, I didn't. So, okay, we're just going to Edict them. So I'm going to take 2 and yeah. I guess if I draw the Spirit, I'll be in good shape. I mean, Corrupt wouldn't be terrible neither. But if they top deck like a Rancor, I think the cycles and destroys creatures also be pretty decent. I don't have any creature that can bring it back, right? Okay. All right, it's now or never. Or not ever, but that's not what I was looking for. Okay, yeah, I think we're Gucci here. Just name Duress here. Cabal Therapy, Duress. Ah, they had Duress. All right, Drinker of Sorrow. That's the one that deals damage. Okay, all right. So they only have 1 land. So they drew the swamp. Okay. Dark Ritual, Drinker of Sorrow. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. On our waist. Withered Wretch. Okay. I'm gonna get this thing going. Cabal Therapy. The Duress, I think that's the same one from earlier. Wretched. Mutilate. That's a fair card to name. Like, I think the one that makes more sense, right? Carnophage. Alright. I'm gonna take 2, and I think I'm kind of forced to kill the Wretch. Okay. We're gonna name Drain Life. Okay, so their hand is Drinker of Sorrow, something else. All right, I'll play the Nether Spirit. So they don't know about Corrupt. So if I tap 2, this thing's gonna make 4. So I have 6 mana to kill this guy. Okay, they're not gonna attack. Then I can name Drinker of Sorrow with this. Is this correct? Okay, all right. So if they don't draw land to flash this back, it's a good one. But now I have blockers. Now the Arena. Okay, so this produces 5 mana. I think I'm just gonna pass here. So I'll block here. Okay. All right, then I can just, I guess, if I mutilate the board. Okay. Oh, cool. All right. I was gonna get a Corrupt here and hopefully dodge a discard spell. All right. So that was round 5. I'll see you guys for round 6. All right, we're here for the 6th and last round of the league. Be on the play. I guess I'll keep this one. I mentioned my opponent that I was gonna make the match, and then he replied back and they made one too. So I was just kind of sitting here waiting for them to join. Then all kinds of funny things in this league. So I'm the black and white control. That's what it seems like. Maybe some version of that Gael. Surprised I didn't have a turn 1. Maybe they just had a Source of Plowshares in hand or something like that. Really cool if they just in a turn Enlightening Tutor, untap, cast Greater Good, and then do the greater combo thing. Ooh, they're gonna cast something in a turn. Okay, it is Enlightening Tutor. Okay, maybe I'm correct. Let me see what they're gonna search up. Phyrexian Arena. Okay, yeah, I'm down with the Phyrexian Arena. Okay. Guess I'm gonna Duress them. I'll take this Vindicate. So yeah, they did have a Source of Plowshares. So the Phyrexian Furnace. It's a little annoying because one of the ways you can beat this deck by gaining card advantage. So if I draw Skeletal Scrying, like no, most likely my graveyard's gonna be empty. So Zombie Infestation, not doing much here. There's 16. This would be the perfect matchup to draw the Thawing Glaciers. Or if I can draw my own Phyrexian Arena. Okay, so they're just gonna cash in and draw what arena? I mean, Furnace. I was gonna say too many Phyrexians. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna do this now then. They don't get an extra card. Okay, Hypnotic Spectre. Let's kill the Hypnotic Spectre. All right. I think I'm just gonna do this now before it gets discarded. I think I'm okay playing off the top of my deck. I know they have Swords of Plowshares and it's kind of a dead card. Another Hypnotic Spectre. So with 7 mana, I should just cast whatever I draw off the top of my deck. Including this. Taking Vindicates from them. Pretty big. Alright. The only thing I don't get to see their hand, which is kind of bad. Okay, so just real quick here. Cool. Alright, so I'm gonna get hit for 2. They're gonna discard a card at random. The only trick is that I don't have any cards. They look like they have 2 Seal of Cleansing in the main deck. So they have a lot of dead cards, and they have really the only card I'm like a little concerned right now is Exalted Angel. Masticore. Oh no, did I miss one of these? Oh, it's in their hand probably. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna take 2. They're gonna discard a card again. Another Swamp. Okay. I don't mind drawing the swamps because if I draw a Drain Life or Corrupt, it might just be lethal. And I mean, this makes like a top deck Masticore unplayable, so I think that's fine. 3 Swords of Plowshares. Okay. I think it can be relevant because I do have a Withered Wretch and Nether Spirit. So, alright, so now, actually, hold on. Drain Life doesn't kill them. Corrupt would. Okay. Just can't get hit by Angel, I guess. I'm gonna go to 16. It's gonna get discarded if I don't do this. -10, -10 to your 2/2. Not literally, but alright. So now even Drain Life will do it. Those ones are killing me. I'm gonna save this one in case they have a. Well, hold on a second. I shouldn't, because if they have a Duress Verdict, they can they gain life. Hopefully I don't get punished here. Okay. Alright. Not a swamp. Yeah, some of those games I didn't draw any swamps. Some of them I drew all of them. But I did draw a good number of action in this game, so there's no cards in the library. No, they still have angels in there, right? They have 3 Exalted Angels. Alright, there you go, yeah. I might just die to the angel. Oh, Lord. Okay, because next turn they go to 12. So Drain Life will still catch up and win. Corrupt, I would have to corrupt the angel. Yeah, I should have just played those lands. Like it didn't make sense for me to hold on to it. I do have a bunch of like edict effects though, so like maybe. Oh my gosh! All right, let's. Do I have 2 more turns where I can do something? I don't know what I can name. Like really, just as Duress Verdict and Seal of Cleansing. I guess I'll name Masticore. I think they would have played it, but no. Yeah. All right. One more turn. Right on time. Wow. Right, look what we got here. I guess Dystopia. I think the Contamination Nether Spirit combo is not going to work here. Zombie Infestation also didn't seem very good there. I guess Innocent Blood. I mean, I think everything else is fine. Nevis Disc is like not good too because they have so many like ways to destroy artifacts. I can keep the 2 in the main deck, but I don't think I want extras. Infest is not great here. Their creatures are bigger. Yeah, I think this is fine. Just can't draw all swamps. Yeah, I think I'll keep this one. So they're mulligan to 5. I think the last game was sweet. That's the kind of like mid-range games I like to play. And I think that was a cool match or a cool game. Alright, so they have Duress, Duress Verdict, Vindicate. I think I'm almost okay with the Duress. Duress Verdict on the other hand though, that's a pain in the ass. Yeah, Duress. Because like they can take the Nevis Disc, or they can destroy Vindicate, but they can't take both of my removal spells. So I think that this makes more sense. Like a Duress Verdict, they can just cast next turn and then it's almost like a Hymn to Rock. Now it would be pretty bad if I draw like an Arena and they just destroy Vindicate. But yeah, that was one of the things that could happen here. So this makes that they have to spend their whole turn casting Vindicate. Hopefully that's all that happens here. Yep. Okay, cool. So now they have 5 cards in hand. I don't have any ways to remove Phyrexian Arena from the game except for Nevis Disc. Vindicate on a swamp. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll take another one. I think I'm gonna start aiming Drain Life for them. Next turn I can do a Drain Life for 3. Yeah, Negator. So if I'm just gonna aim at this guy then. That's kind of funny. I'm gonna take 5 from Negator. So they are playing Dark Rituals in their deck, right? Because otherwise it wouldn't make sense to play Phyrexian Negator. Oh, okay. Dark Ritual, Hypnotic Spectre. Okay. Well, I don't know what's doing it. I guess I was gonna say Lava X, but I'm not dealing 5 damage. I think this is pretty cool. What's happening here? All right, so we're gonna exile their board. All right, they're 14 life. They have no lands. Hopefully it stays like this. All right, so I have 2 removal spells, but that doesn't really help me get ahead. I think I need to draw my Phyrexian Arena or Diabolic Tutor. One card that I was throwing around and thinking about playing was Eastern Shade. I'm not sure if I'm pronounced correctly, but the 5/5 from Homelands that has pro white, specifically for this type of matchups. Then instead of playing like a removal spell, I can just play a 5/5 that has pro white. And this deck, I don't think they have a way to remove it. And it's bigger than the Angel. Obviously it doesn't win, like, no, heads up, because your one flies, the other one doesn't, but just an idea. So whenever I revisit mono black control, I might try something like that with some creatures and stuff. I think I'm just gonna Innocent Blood this one instead of anything else. So they have Swords to Plowshares in hand, but I don't know if I care so much about that card. If I draw a creature, I guess I can Cabal Therapy. Phyrexian Arena again. All right, so they're 14 life. That's pretty good. So instead of having to worry about what they have in hand, I'm just gonna discard their hand. It had double Massacre, Seal Cleansing. Okay, I was not gonna guess any of those cards. I mean, I knew about the Swords to Plowshares, but that was not the one I was worried about. All right, so I just need to draw a Corrupt or my own Phyrexian Arena. During life, there's another one in the deck. I guess it works too. I shouldn't just have 6 here. Therapy and Mutilate, I guess. 2 cards that kind of do the same thing. All right, so they're gonna go to 11. Still a ton of life. Okay, I guess I gotta kill that. All right, let's Duress first. Make sure they don't have a disenchant effect. Oof. Okay, that was a well-timed Duress. Now, can I please just have my Phyrexian Arena in play for 1 turn? Okay, there's a Phyrexian Negator. Another arena. Ooh. All right, we're here to cast Phyrexian Arenas, right? I'm gonna take 5. Man, I put myself like taking 7 damage a turn. All right, let's see what happens here. Hypnotic Spectre. Okay, Seal Cleansing. Okay, they're gonna kill one of them. All right, so I'm just gonna grab a Corrupt real fast here. Corrupt, and this time I'll target them. It's a combo, right? It's like searching for Tenders of Agony. I guess I'm going to shave a Nether Spirit. I'm just going to bring in a Nev's Disc then, I guess. If I'm going to draw all these lands. Jester's Cap seems meh. I was wondering if your Haunting Echoes is... No, I think it is fine. That looks like they're going to mulligan to 6. Okay. Duress. Nope. Phyrexian Arena. Okay. We get to Duress them, I guess. Duress Verdict. Actually, no, it should have been Duress. Oh my gosh. I just messed up. I have plenty of cards to discard here. Okay. Yep. The Dystopia might not do anything. No, they did have the Angel too in the deck, so yeah, I should have probably just discarded the Duress instead of Verdict. I think this is one of the few times that I had enough cards to discard, but I mean, they drew a second Duress before I could even cast the Phyrexian Arena, so end up not really mattering. All right, I'm just gonna... That way I can hide some information. Okay, so if I tap 2, it makes 3 mana. 4. Kill that guy, I guess. Gain 2 life. I gotta play Thawing Glaciers now, and hopefully... They have Vindicate. They're probably gonna Vindicate this thing now. If they kind of do the same thing they did last game. Another Spectre. Okay, because I'm gonna Vindicate. There you go. We got it. No, I'm just gonna pass turn. Okay, so they can... I mean, either one of those things are really good against me. Massacre first. Okay, let's do this first, because I don't want to draw any swamps. All right, we're just gonna play this Nevis Disc here. Oh, actually, hold on a second. That is kind of bad, right? Because now my Thawing Glaciers might get discarded, and I can regenerate this too. I guess I have to do this and draw like an Edict effect. I guess Mutilate to be fine too. Thawing Glaciers survived. I don't think I know what's in their hand, right? Praise the Lord. I was gonna say praise. I can't think of a... I guess Krovax? No, praise Volrath. Oh, the Angel. Okay. So I can draw a good number of cards at the end of the turn. And they're at 12. Sorry about the noise in the microphone. This is the last match, and the allergies are really kicking my butt this year. Okay, so I'm gonna do this in response, right? Okay. Yep. Wasteland resolves Phyrexian Furnace. Okay. I'm gonna take 2, I guess. And I do need to draw some cards, so I'm gonna do this right now. Yes, and I don't think it matters here because everything's gonna... Cabal Therapy can stay in the graveyard, I guess. Not ideal, I guess. Okay, so if I kill this guy, I guess I have to do this. Yeah. Exile everything. I wonder if it's not even an angel, because they didn't morph last time. Oh, it is an angel. Okay, or it was an angel. There's Skeletal Scrying. Was not... I was really hoping to draw at least 2 or 3 spells out of those 5 cards. I mean, at least if they Duress me or Cabal Therapy, now there's nothing for them to see. Yeah, you get 2 swamps. They do gain a bunch of life though. If I draw Drain Life, do I have any Drain Lives already cast? Just 2 of them. Oh no, is that all of them? No, there's the cards that they saw. Hold on a second. Exile. There's only 2 Drain Lives. Okay, there's a Mutilate, I guess. Which discard spell to cast or Phyrexian thingy? They're probably just gonna just sack and draw a card, I guess. Oh, Enlightenment Tutor. I mean, I see what's going on. They're probably gonna draw the card that they find with that. Okay. That's a fair plan, I guess. All right, I'm just gonna bank on drawing like a Drain Life. I'm just gonna auto yield this. I'm not responding to this ever. I don't even know how much mana. So 2 makes 7, then 7 minus 2 goes to 5 plus 7 again. 12. Is that how much it is? Okay. Not Expector. All right, cool. I'm just gonna Drain Life them. That was a good top deck. This has been a rough league. Just happy that it's gonna end like this. Cool. All right. So 4-2. Not the greatest league, but pretty happy the last match. That being said, I think the deck maybe it's a little outdated at this point. I have a few different versions of, as you can see, there's a few different. I have a few different versions of mono black control. This was my favorite one for the longest time, and I just felt like it was okay to revisit. Previously, the only decks I thought it was really hard for me to beat was decks that played Armageddon. But I think also at that time there wasn't that many people playing Parallax Tide. To like replenish or mono blue control, like, or even Phyrexian Dreadnought now, right? Dreadnought, because now they're playing Tide in their deck too. Then those matchups get a lot harder too. So Sly, I think Sly is easier to fix. There's different ways that you can configure the deck to make the matchup against Sly a little better. But I think the decks that literally destroy your lands, like it's really hard, right? Because you're playing cards like Corrupt and Drain Life, right? So those are cards that you're required to put lands in play, so you can't really play around it. But yeah, like Zombie Infestation, for instance, it was a card that was cool back when I first started playing this deck. There were a lot of games that Zombie Infestation plus the Phyrexian Arena, you didn't have to do anything. If Zombie Infestation was in play, a deck like Standstill, for instance, you could just make more tokens that they could deal with. Or any blue deck really. If Zombie Infestation was in play, you could just kind of like go under. But that, I think that's gone. So like this is probably the first cut I would make. It would be Zombie Infestation. And I think also I should have more quote unquote free spells in the deck. Cards like Contagion, more Masks. I think they're probably required for this deck to be able to be playable again. I don't know about Spinning Darkness. That one is a really cool card. Like I really like it. I played a ton of Spinning Darkness when Necropotence was legal in Standard. But I don't know if it's currently very good. I don't know how many. I would have to kind of see. I mean, it's good against Sly, for instance, right? Because you know it's a free spell, you gain life, and they don't have any black creatures. But then, I mean, the deck's like in format that you might not even be able to cast them because 1, they don't have any targets, and 2, it takes some setting up, right? But anyways, again, it was a 2-4 record. I said 4-2. No, 2-4 record. I thought it was pretty fun. I think except for the games that I didn't get to cast my spells, I think all the other games were cool, and it was I had good matches, entertaining matches, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time for the next league. And I have a couple of brews that I'm working on. I couldn't get them tuned in time for this league, but hopefully I'll have them for the next one. And another thing I was thinking was like maybe just record a video of me working on those brews, because the league only happens every 2 weeks, and sometimes I'll have a whole week that I can't record any Premodern videos because there's no leagues going on, and I'm not a big fan of just recording for fun matches, practice matches. But I think it would be entertaining to record videos of like me working on a new deck that eventually I'll record a league with. So anyways, again, thanks for watching. And if you like Premodern, like Legacy, I again kindly ask you, for you guys to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and as always, leave any comments. I love reading the feedback, constructive feedback more precisely, but anything it's fine. I'll read it, and if it's reasonable, I'll reply. See you guys next time.